absolutely ridiculous.
The Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series.
We got us running back behind Brady.
The greatest pitch that
It's hot times at Beantown.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the Beantown Takes podcast here. My name is Jesse Almeida. I'm a Boston sports fanatic. I'm here with Mike.
What's going on, guys?
And we got an interesting week this week.
Yeah.
We got to cover the Bruins on Sunday.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I said,
It was great to be back in the city. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That came out today.
Yep.
That was my first time recording a hockey game, so if my camera skills wasn't great, my bad, they'll get better.
I hope so.
So Red Sox announced their final roster. Let's go straight to opening takes. What do you want for an opening take?
You're starting
All me.
opening. Yep, you're starting on the opening.
Danny Ainge is on the clock. I think he's on the clock.
Man, now you took my opening take. All right, I'm gonna have to pick a new one, but yep. Good place.
Danny Ainge. I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought he wasn't going to do anything at all. We both thought he wasn't going to do anything at all. So he kind of impressed me that he did something. But man,
he did.
You still... Oh my God, what did you do?
This might be the only time I'll ever say not moving would have been a better move.
It probably would have been.
You did.
My God, I mean...
Don't get me wrong. You got Evan Fournier, besides starting out 0 for 10 on 33 minutes on his, first appearance as a Celtic, I think getting him for just 2 second-round picks was a really good move.
Yeah.
But you did it for the Gordon Hayward trade exception.
Yep.
Come on, man. That is a bad move on that part.
He has an expiring contract this year.
Yeah. And
Danny Ainge said at the beginning of the year that he was not going to use that trade exception on an expiring contract. What did he do? Used it for an expiring contract. And then, let me say this too, then you add Jeff Teague to the deal. He gets waived by Orlando, and where does he go? Milwaukee. Are you kidding me?
Soft.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It seems like all these NBA players are soft because they're all going to contenders to ring chase so that way they look better.
Don't get me started with LaMarcus Aldridge on Brooklyn, man.
LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, the list can just keep going on. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point, so I think...
Like, maybe at this point, maybe it's time for Danny Ainge to be like the other GMs and just do whatever you have to do to get talent. I mean, because right now your roster is not plausible to these teams because they're not going to you. They're going to Brooklyn. They're going to the Lakers. They're going to the Clippers. They're going to everywhere other than you.
I think if you started off where you left off last year and you were still, top 3 in the East, I think you would have got maybe Blake Griffin, definitely Andre Drummond.
Yep.
But you're what, bottom? You're the bottom playoff seeds right now in the East. You're not getting any big.
We're
big
gonna
names.
get to the underperforming, and I owe you an apology when we get to the Celtics take. I owe you an apology. We will get to that at some point. So, what's your opening take? Let's go.
My opening take is, I'm gonna say that the Pats stay tight at 15. That is my opening take, and I think that they're gonna go Mac Jones or Micah Parsons, the linebacker from Penn State. Unless he's not available, then it'll be Mac Jones 100%. With Bill Belichick and Nick Saban, having that Cleveland Browns coaching staff connection and being best pals. I don't think they're going to get Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G is going to cost them too much, and Bill doesn't want to pay that. I've heard people, be anywhere between Jimmy G's catching 2 firsts to Jimmy G being worth a second rounder by himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot to give up.
If it's a second rounder, do it. If it's 2 firsts, hell no.
Yeah, right.
So, it's a toss-up. But that is my opening take, is that from what I've been seeing is that Bill is not going to trade up because he likes having the draft capital, and he's not going to trade, even though Jimmy G is his boy, I think he's going to stay tight. He's not going to go for one of the top 4 quarterbacks. He's going to overreach on Mac Jones, Mac Jones should not be top 15, and I think Cam Newton is the surefire first week 1 starter. Yep, I'm giving that one to you. You got that take right first episode.
And my God, I don't know what they should do at the draft actually, because I don't know. I could say they could go for a quarterback, they could go for a wide receiver, they could go for a couple of things at that pick 15. I mean, I agree with the fact that they shouldn't trade that pick. I don't think they should trade that pick anymore.
No. The only thing that I would do is possibly if there's a team in the mid-20s that offers you the mid-20 and maybe a third.
Yep.
Like that's within the top 100.
Right.
You know, if you're getting something like that, I would slide back. I wouldn't trade out of the first round. I think there's a lot of talent.
I agree.
But I think if you're going to go for like a linebacker, there's a lot more edge or other linebackers deep. Like, this is a very deep draft, and I think a lot of teams are overreaching. Like, Trey Lance to me is not a top 5 pick in this draft.
Correct.
Trey Lance is probably going to be, number 4. Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, I don't think are, top 3 talents either, but it seems like it's going to be 1, 2, 3. I think Lawrence is the only surefire quarterback that should go in the top. It should be the top pick.
Yep.
Everybody else, I'm surprised of how overhyped and it's like Markelle Fultz all over again.
Right, exactly.
Where they're just being or Alonzo Ball.
Right.
These players were not that great in college. They don't have a great resume in college. They had one good year, and next thing you know, that they're blowing up and they're being speaking to fruition of like, oh, that's a number 2 pick. That's a number 3 pick. And it's like, no, like there no way. But I think if they were smart, I would trade back, get another edge or linebacker at 21, 22, 23, get a 3rd round pick.
Yep.
I think that's my opening take is that Cam Newton seems to be the guy.
Yeah.
And Jimmy G is not coming home.
Correct. So we're gonna be ripping on Danny Ainge today. I got a bone to pick with a Celtic player in this one as well.
There's a lot of them. So
yeah, there's a lot of them.
Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, stay tuned for that one. We're going to talk the draft for the Patriots. We're going to talk about the Bruins, and I'm going to talk about my experience of the TD Garden there.
Yep.
And I'm ripping on these guys right after this. Absolutely disgusted with Alex Cora. Not more Alex Cora than Chaim Bloom, but
the robot.
The robot.
The
yes,
robot.
He's absolutely a robot. I am so angry at the robot.
These
and the decision making
don't make sense.
I'm so angry because Michael Chavis was optioned to the alternate facility. Training facility.
So does that mean he's going to Worcester? He's going to
He's
AAA?
going to Worcester. Yes. That means he's going to AAA.
Okay, because I know the last year they were alternative site. It just meant
Pawtucket. Yeah.
It meant some not really.
Absolutely insane. This guy works his butt off all off season to be ready for this season and to have a decent quality season. And the numbers prove that. He had a quality spring. What happens? He gets sent down to AAA.
I think the funniest thing is that he has played the most games. He's had the most at-bats.
Yep.
And, I mean, he's your second leading power hitter with 6 homers. He's got 11 RBIs, batting .250. What else do you want from this kid?
I know.
I understand. It's the tough choice between him and Bobby Dahlbeck, and it seems like, this spring right now, Dahlbeck seems to be the guy, the go-to guy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But if Dahlbeck, starts struggling, in the first game or two,
Christian Arroyo beat him out.
I'm just saying that, like I'm saying, if Dahlbeck is having a bad, start to the season in 3 games in, you're gonna have to bring Michael Chavis right back up. I don't know why you just wouldn't carry him and you wouldn't option Christian Arroyo or Marwin Gonzalez.
So what I heard from that was apparently Arroyo doesn't have many more options to go down to AAA, and Chavis does. But that's still beside the point. I mean, Chavis was having a really good spring this year. Have the better player up. I don't want the beep boop beep. He hits .350 and gets to first base this many times out of this many times. I don't care.
Right.
I want to see the power.
Hold on. Oh, wait, okay. I was gonna say Christian Arroyo is a righty because if he was a lefty bat, I could totally see
Right.
Chaim Bloom being, we need lefty bats up on the roster.
Yeah.
But no, like, oh my God, I'm getting more and more frustrated with whoever is the brain trust of this organization.
And his strikeouts were low too. He had 60 at bats and only had 20 Ks.
Yeah.
Chavis, yeah, I mean, that's something that they wanted him to do. They wanted him to cut the strikeouts,
and I mean, Dahlback is 21 strikeouts on 47 plate appearances, so he's striking out more.
Right.
In the spring.
Yep.
I'm losing it.
Yep.
I cannot, fathom this team anymore. It's getting disgusting and turning into Tampa Bay.
I just don't like the way that they are handling this roster here. I mean, Michael Chavis. Obviously, I mean, I get it. Last year he had a bad year. Last year. I get it.
A lot of people had a bad year last year.
But a lot of people had a bad year last year on this team.
It was a weird year with no fans, so there's just no energy to be playing in front of. And like, I'm not making excuses, but a lot of people had down years last year with injuries and people being scared of to really play hard. And I mean, this guy, but he has balled out for you. I mean,
I feel so bad for Chavis. I mean, that must be crushing for him to be in the big leagues for a couple of years now. He I think he found a rhythm this spring, and he felt confident in himself. And they go, "Oh yeah, you're getting option down."
If I'm Chavis, I'm calling my agent, getting me out of here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I would be pissed too. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, hold on. I just want to look up how old Chavis is. Chavis is 25, right?
Yes.
This is his time.
This is his. Yeah.
He's arrived, and he doesn't have a whole lot. I think he's has two service years right now.
Yes.
With that has counted.
Yep.
So, two, because he didn't play in 2018. So yeah, he has 2 service years. So that means he has 4 more service years he needs in order to be eligible to make money on get a real contract.
Right.
I mean, if I'm Chavis, I'm trying to get out of here, play so I can make money because even with 4 years, he'll be 29. He's gonna be 29 before he can make have a real contract.
This is kind of like what happened with Jackie Bradley when he got called up in 2013, and then he got sent back down or something like that. It backed up his arbitration year, and he hit free agency this year at the age of what? What is he? 30, turning 31 soon, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and then you start Mookie Betts, who got called up half a year after him, like a year and a half. He got called up halfway through 2014.
Yes.
And Mookie Betts, got paid. That boy got paid.
Yeah.
Before Jackie Bradley Jr. even saw any money.
Yep.
So I'm looking at Chavis. I'm seeing that, and I'm asking to get out of here. I wouldn't even care where I would go at this point, just so I can get my 4 years of service time done.
And this team, here we go. Here we go with this pitching about to break down already.
Yeah.
Erod, dead arm, will not start opening day. Here's your starting rotation from what I saw today. Evaldi's your opening day pitcher. He has a 10 ERA! How is he?
He's a World Series hero, man. That guy pitched 9 innings, all extra innings, do or die in the postseason, okay? That guy is a hero, man.
Oh, yeah.
He should get a cape. He's the new Superman in the house.
He's far from Superman. Holy crap.
But yeah, so then it's after Evaldi, what do they have? They have Perez.
It was, what did I see?
No. It was Houck.
Which I'm pissed at because...
You already used one of his options, right? Didn't they option him to go down?
Yeah, I think so.
They optioned him down and already called him back up, and you only get 3 options a year, I do believe, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Or is it 3 options per contract?
I think it's 3 per contract.
But with him, being a rookie technically still, he gets a renewable contract every year, so he gets 3 options every year. So they already used 1. And they're going to have to option him back down again when Erod comes up. So that's going to mean 2 options already
Unless
gone.
he pitches good and Pavetta's not pitching good, and then they send Pavetta down or bullpen piece and move Pavetta to the bullpen.
I mean, it just seems like you're already, it's just mismanagement and with this rotation.
Pollock pitched, I'm so used to saying Hawk. Hawk pitched good today. What was it, today? I think it was today he pitched good. He didn't give up a run against the Braves again. He is pulling it up for you guys.
Hawk. Let's see. Oh, that's last year. Come on, man.
ESPN.
What are you doing?
Yep, it was 4-0. Yep.
So let's see. Yesterday. Oh, come on, box score. Here we go. Hawk, 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks.
There you go. That's what I want.
And
right
they
there.
played, and he faced Acuna twice, Albius twice, Freddie Freeman twice, Azuna twice, Denard, Riley. He faced the actual Atlanta Braves.
And he faced Inciarte.
Yeah, he faced all their actual people. He struck out Acuna. He struck out Albius. Struck out Freeman, Azuna. Like, he struck out, 2 of the best hitters in the league right now.
I told you, he's nasty.
Maybe even 3 if you want to count Azuna in there.
He's nasty. He's literally he's the righty version of Chris Sale. And then that brings me to my third starting pitcher who will be pitching the finale. And unfortunately, guys, he will be the guy pitching in our Red Sox video, Garrett Richards. Oh.
Hi, I'm Garrett Richards, and I'm a bum.
However, I did predict that Garrett Richards would be your third pitcher.
I think we both said that was Garrett Richards.
Yep.
And then after that is Pivetta and Perez. Yeah, I think it's Perez, then Pivetta is the fifth guy in the rotation.
Oh my God! You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Chaim Bloom is actually having 4 righty pitchers in a row. Oh my God! He's going against the system. He's going against the robot.
Evaldi's a righty.
Yep.
Hohawk's a righty. Or
Hawk's a righty.
Richards.
Yep. And Pavetta's a right-handed pitcher.
Oh no, is it Pivetta and then or Perez? It might be Martin Perez and then Pivetta.
I saw Pivetta then Perez. I sent you the text message or something like that.
Pivetta then Perez, yeah.
Wow, Beep Boop Beep is not there right now.
Well, wait, isn't Eddie Rodriguez a righty too?
Eduardo's a lefty.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess when you get, but then you have 3 righties and 2 lefties, and you don't even break them up.
Yep.
I'm getting really confused right now by the robot.
Yep. but wow, I mean,
what I'm seeing with what I'm hearing with Eddie Rodriguez having dead arm, that just means that this guy, he just can't do it.
Ugh.
He doesn't have it in him. Like, dead arm, in sports, I've never really heard that outside of, I think, Blake Bortles, when he was with the Jaguars, was the only time I've ever heard somebody have dead arm.
Right.
I think he might have had this last year, too, or 2 years coming out of camp, Eddie Rodriguez having dead arm, but my God.
Ridiculous. This is just the start to another Red Sox season that looks like it may go down the tubes, but who knows what's going to happen.
4th.
Oh, you said 4th.
4th in the East.
If the Cards keep playing like this, you might be right about 4th. But
thank you.
Yep, but
for telling me that.
So Bruins are coming up next. I'm gonna share my thoughts on what it was like at the Garden at a game.
Yeah.
I bet you're interested to hear how it went.
Yeah.
And I bet you guys saw the video and all that. But I'll give you guys the inside scoop of how they had the whole thing set up. Woo! That was a great win by the Boston Bruins. Oh my God. We just finished watching the Bruins game make a great comeback against the Devils in overtime, in shootout. They win 5-4.
Yep.
A huge 2 points there for the Bruins. We wanted to wait to start the Bruins until that game was finished, because now we're going to include this game in there. And honestly, the Bruins, they've been playing okay for the most part recently.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked that they won this one.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think this is only their second time beating the Devils all year out of 5 meetings or something like that? Like, that's kind of, I'm really surprised.
They should have had the win the other night too with the Devils as well, because they got robbed. And this goal right here, let me put that in quotation marks. Goal was not counted, and there was multiple views from the goal, from the net, that it was in the goal.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how I kind of like bucked up and won this one because
that was huge.
Yeah,
that's a huge 2 points for you, because now you're 3 points ahead of Philly again. You are still creeping behind Pittsburgh a little bit. Now you have 41 points to Pittsburgh's 48. You're 7 behind them, and you face Pittsburgh the next 2 games. So this is a big opportunity for the Bruins to catch some ground on the Penguins.
Yeah, you're still 4 games behind them and only 7 points. So, and a lot of those makeup games are against Buffalo and against New Jersey.
Yep.
And I know you went to the Buffalo game, so
Yeah, the Buffalo game. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts from what I watched. The first period, they looked sluggish. There was no energy. But then the second period, they got a delayed penalty. Grizzlick with a nice wrist shot from the post. I will put the blame a little bit on Dark Vladar for them putting them down in a deficit early in the game, because I don't know what he was doing, trying to clear the puck or whatever in the penalty kill, but he tossed it right to the Buffalo Sabres, and they got an empty net goal.
Ugh.
So
I've seen a lot of that happen recently. Like, it was probably because I've been watching some of the Frozen 4 there, the college stuff.
Yeah, me too.
And some of the NHL, and that's happened. Like, I think I've seen that like 4 times this like past week alone.
Yeah,
it's like head scratching how many times it's happening.
It was funny because
like something's going on.
Because the Bruins fought back, and they played a great game. It was an ugly win. Don't get me wrong, but it was a great effort in the third period is what got them that win on Saturday.
Yep, and I think another strong third period today.
Absolutely.
Win.
Did you?
You were down 4-2, I think, going into the third.
Yeah, I was at work today, and I was watching the game, and I saw Jeremy Lauzon give the puck right to the Devils, and they scored it, and I thought, they ain't winning this game.
No.
But they surprised me. They came out with 2 points. I mean, good for them. I mean, they don't quit. No matter what the score is, they don't quit. And I gotta say too, I know I'm approaching them too early. I can't say the same about one certain team.
Huh.
But
yes,
we'll save that as well. The Islanders game, I mean, what are you gonna really do? I mean, overtime, you squeeze a point out to the Islanders. Unfortunately, it came out in an overtime loss, but you still was able to squeeze out a point there. And
I was also gonna say, you're actually the same distance away from the Islanders as you are the Penguins.
I know. So
you're still 4 games behind them, and they have 48 to your 41.
Yep.
So you're still, you
got to figure the Islanders out, though. The
Islanders have been giving you fits all year. They just have your number.
Yep.
And you got to figure something out, because for a while, Islanders used to be kind of the joke.
I know.
Like, the Rangers used to be so much better, and now it's flip-flopped. And, I mean, I don't know what it is, but, I mean, I want for them to put Vladar. I want to see Vladar go in, and honestly, this is kind of going to go on my point with the Bruins.
Yep.
I want to see. Give me Vladar and give me Swayman. I want them each to start and play 2 full games against real competition.
Okay.
That's the Washington, Pittsburgh, or the Islanders. Let them start against those teams, and I want to see what they can do, because right now, after this year, Rask is up, and Halak's contracts are both up.
So I would say.
I would want to see what you have. Show me what you got, right?
Yep.
Because if you can get by, like if Vladar and Swayman can play all 4 games, and you can get points out of both of them, and
right.
If it's 2-1, but they the 2 goals are just goals nobody would have been able to save.
Yep.
Then you know what? Maybe run it next year with Vladar and Swayman and save the money. Let
right.
Rask and Halak go.
Yep. Or what I might say, I will say this: if you feel like you have to keep Tuukka or Halak, fine, I'm fine with that. But I want Swayman or Vladar being the backup. I think I would, from what I saw at least, I would love to see Vladar be the backup of this team.
I'd love to see Vladar be the goalie of this team and
I know you would.
And have Rask or Halak back him up next year. But, you know, like I said, I want to see what you got because I would be comfortable letting them both walk and bringing up the 2 rookies.
Yep.
Because from what I heard is Swayman is better than Vladar.
Huh.
That's what I heard.
That's what you heard? Really?
I heard a lot of people saying, a lot of beat writers say that Swayman is the better goalie prospect out of both of them.
Damn.
And that
okay.
Swayman could be a lot better than Vladar. And people were shocked when they called Vladar. But Vladar, he's...
Vladar is pretty damn nasty.
What is he, 2-0 this year?
He's 2-0, yes.
I mean, like...
He's only given up 3 goals.
Yeah.
And
against real competition.
I mean, Buffalo's a dumpster fire. But anyways, we're going to go into fans being back to the arena. I was so happy being back there.
Yes, tell
Saturday.
Tell me what it's like.
Yeah, so if you want to fire questions or whatever, fire them away.
All right, so are they plexiglassing in between the seats?
They are not doing plexiglass in between the seats.
Okay, did you have people... how many people were there? So how many seats are there in a row in TD Garden? 20, 15?
I have no idea.
I think it's like close, like 16 or something like that. Maybe 16 to 20. So how many people do you think were in your row? How many parties?
It was only us and one other family, and that was it.
Yeah. Did they have these sitting like on the aisle or more in the middle?
They had us by the aisle, and then they had the other people by the aisle.
On the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
Okay. Anybody directly behind you?
Yeah. I mean, not so much directly behind us, but like I would say a little bit to our left or to our right. Yeah, there was some people around us.
So kind of like when you do like class photos, or they
correct.
tell you to like get in a window where it's like you're behind them, but just a little bit to the left or right. So like okay.
Yep. One thing that I noticed big though was the alcohol, the beverage and the food prices were higher than normal.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I really noticed, and it cost me about I think $7.50 for a hot dog, and I got 2 of them with me and my father. That was my father who went. And
all right, so some inside information. Make sure you eat and drink before you get there.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. It cost me $14 for a Captain and Coke, right? And I not this big. I could spit more than that cup.
I could get like my own bottle of Captain and my own thing of Coke and probably make like 50 of those.
And one thing too is that
we're in the wrong business.
I know. But they used to do like the double drinks, right?
Yep.
And that was only like $6 more or $8 more, something like that. But it was cheaper than it was cheaper than the smaller cup because for only $8 more you were getting the double.
Yeah.
And they don't have that anymore. And there was and they don't have popcorn there anymore. They don't have pizza there no more. Those big slices of pizza, I was craving one of those things going back there Saturday, and they didn't have them. I was kind of pissed, I'm not going to lie.
Wow. Mike Piazza would not be happy.
I know.
There's no pizza time.
I know, right? And then, so for how they did the social distancing.
Yep.
So if you sat, like, at one end of the ice, there was, like, a halfway point between the garden from one end to the other. And they were calling that their neighborhoods, and they weren't restricting you from going across or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of something that they wanted to try to split each side of the ice up. So like,
okay.
I was sitting by the Buffalo side, and half ice is inside the concourse is where like that neighborhood ends. And then if you cross that boundary, you're now in the other neighborhood or whatever it's called. It's very interesting.
Could you get kicked out if you go to the wrong neighborhood?
No.
No.
They let you walk around the garden.
Okay.
So that I liked that, but there was one instance where I was like, really, I get we're in a pandemic and all that, and this thing is bad, but like, can we be a little bit more lenient with this? So there was a fan, right? a puck went out of play, and it got stuck in the net.
Yep.
And he asked the usher after the play was dead, and they came on to clean the ice. He went down to the usher and asked him if he could go grab the puck for a kid over that was sitting in front row, pretty much.
Yep.
That would have made the kid's day, the family's day, or whatever.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
The usher let him down. I was very shocked that he let him down because from what I've been hearing, the ushers are told to be very strict about these rules. And I was thinking, okay, I'm liking the fact that they're having a little bit of leeway with these rules or whatever, especially if they're not if they're not harming anybody or putting somebody at risk. So the fan went down there, right?
Yep.
And I saw out of the corner of my eye that somebody with a tuxedo was coming through that tunnel over there, not where the Zambonis come, but like where if you were sitting floor seats, there's like that little concession stand for the Celtics games or whatever. Okay. And I knew he was higher up because of how he looked or whatever, and he told the fan, "You need to go back up." And he told him that the usher told him he could come down and get the puck.
Interesting.
And the guy was like, "I don't care. You have to go back up." Thankfully, the higher end gave him a warm up puck because the usher told him that he could go down there, so he wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah. So
he gave the kid a puck, but the usher got called up because he was in trouble for not enforcing a rule. I mean, I get it. Like, that area is blocked off, but, like, what harm was he really doing?
I don't know. And, I mean, I don't want to get, split any hairs here with people because, like, whatever. But, like, it's going to be tough to enforce that. Like, I know they were having a tough time with basketball last night when they had fans in the stands, or the other night. Because I remember I heard, I think even it was, like, Wick Grossbeck, the owner of the Celtics. He, like, the ball went out of play, and he grabbed the ball to try and, like, I don't know if he was giving it to a fan or whether he was trying to pass it back into play or give it to, like, somebody. Yep. But they yelled at him for touching the ball.
What was he going to do?
He's an owner. Like, he's part of the team. Right. So, like, I mean, I don't know. It seems like they're being really silly with a bunch of these rules. But
I heard. So
I want to know what they're going to do with baseball. With baseball's going in the stands.
So I have a lot of inside reporters, inside reports from inside Fenway, inside the Garden. So I heard that Thursday night, the first night that they had fans at the Bruins game, they kicked out 100 people for not wearing the mask, for keeping the mask off for too long. 100 people.
Keep on your damn mask, people.
If you're eating, take a bite, put it back on. And then I heard for Fenway, they're going to be very strict about these rules. And if you don't abide by these rules, you're gone. And if the employees don't enforce these rules and aren't strict with these rules, they get fired. So everybody's kind of on the clock right when you get into the gate. So be careful, guys, if you decide to go to a game. But if you guys feel uncomfortable going to a game and you want us to go check them out for you, we have a Venmo account. The link will be in the description down below. Anything helps us. And I am so ready for the next topic. I've been ready for this next topic for a long time. Can you take a guess probably what it is?
Danny Ainge being a bum?
And he has been a bum. He's been a big bum recently.
Nice.
Trader Danny, back at it again with doing some bad moves for your Boston Celtics.
Awful.
Awful moves.
Like, what are you doing, man?
Like, don't get me wrong. When I saw Evan Fournier for 2 second-round picks, I was like, oh my God.
He did a deal.
He did it. He did something good. But then you get Congo'd again. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Danny Ainge traded for Evan Fournier for 2 second-round draft picks. Then later on in the day, we hear that Daniel Tice is getting traded to the Bulls for Mo Wagner and
the Murder Hornet.
Murder Cornet. Cool. Fine. I'm okay with both of those. Then you hear Javonte Green's being added to the deal.
Daniel Tice deal. And then you're getting Jeff Teague.
And then Jeff Teague is being added to the Fournier deal. And then the Magic are going to waive Jeff Teague. And where does Jeff Teague go? The Bucks. He goes to Milwaukee. He just absolutely penised you guys. How did you mess that deal up? You had a win. You had a win in the deal. And now you messed it up.
Yeah, I don't know how you messed that one up so bad. Don't get me wrong. I think Evan Fournier is going to be a, decent player for you for the rest of this year. But there's no guarantees he's going to re-sign.
Right. And that's another thing to add on, too. Danny Ainge, you said, you're looking at me right now. You said at the beginning of the year that you would not use the Gordon Hayward trade exception for an expiring contract. What the hell happened to that?
I kind of wish that, we had a clip of him, we probably could find a clip of him saying that.
We could definitely find a clip.
But, what are you doing? There's so many better players that are expiring contracts. If that's what you're going for is an expiring contract, so you have off-the-books money to be able to, get under the luxury cap and all that crap, fine. Get somebody better.
Why didn't you use that for Drummond?
My question is out of all three players that the Magic traded,
you were in on Vucevic.
You got the worst.
You were in on Gordon. You were in on all of them. How did you mess this up?
You got the worst player that the Magic dealt that day. The worst one. And honestly, the one that you probably didn't really need. Yeah, you don't need a two. You don't need a two. You don't need a wing scorer. You need somebody who is going to slash the paint.
Well, you know what? I apologize to you, because maybe they did need a two guard after this guy right here. What the hell was that last night? You've been telling me all along that you are willing to trade Marcus Smart, and I was here telling you, don't trade Marcus Smart unless you're getting a guy like Marcus Smart in return. You know what? I'm sorry. Trade him. Trade him.
Oh, wait, that's what I said, right?
That's what you said, yep.
I said I would have traded him, too.
Yep, I'm sorry. I am very sorry that I disagreed with you on that.
Oh, my God. It was honestly just as funny as this picture reminds me of the J.R. Smith LeBron James one from Game 1 of that NBA Finals.
Yeah. I saw a meme today where Kemba was like, Kemba said, we have possession of it. I thought we had .3 on the shot clock. But it was the Pelicans that had .3 on the shot clock. The shot clock resets for you. And you taught... Let me get this straight. You threw it over the backboard. You threw it over the backboard. Oh my God! I could have made a better attempt at that shot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say Luke Cornett, Murder Cornett. That guy might have been the best steal out of
maybe.
He's played 2 games so far for you and has scored 9 points off the bench. I'm going to try and find what his shooting percentage is off the bench for you. He's shooting 63% right now. He's shooting 57 from 3 as a center. This guy is 7'2". I think I saw him, he was 7 feet or 7'2", 250.
I should have put a picture on here of the Murder Hornet.
You should have. This guy, he might actually be your backup center.
Maybe.
He might actually be your actual center and kick Rob Williams down to starting power forward over Tristan Thompson.
Okay, let's not whiz a little bit too hard there.
I'm going to whiz for Murder Cornett. You know what? I might go out and buy myself a Murder Cornett jersey.
Oh my God, I would love to see you do that.
I might, because you know what? If I wore some stilts, I might get a people might think I'm actually Murder Cornett if I'm walking down the street. This dude, looking at his face, he's the most doesn't look like an athlete at all. But this guy, I think I was watching him play against that OKC game.
Okay,
and he was drilling shots.
Yes.
He was heat checking himself and making it.
Yeah.
When I first heard, because I started picking up at it at halftime, and that was when Moses Brown was dropping 19 and 19 on you.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, they're not going to win this game.
Yeah,
This guy, Moses Brown, this two-way player, is gonna beat you because he's getting every board and putting back every shot. And then I start watching the game, and next you know, dude, they go on that 19-0 run, and they're getting threes from randos like Murder Cornette, who at first I thought was Mo Wagner.
But I think I figured out the issue with this Celtics team. I think I figured out the issue, and the issue is this. It's very simple, by the way. There's no effort being in these guys, none, and that I forget. What game was it? There was a game. It might have been the Thunder game. I don't remember. But there was a fast break. It might have been the Bucks game too. Who knows? It might have been the Bucks game. Who knows? But the dude was on a fast break, and these players are jogging. You're shaking your head at me.
No, I'm not shaking your head. Sorry,
Okay. I thought you were disagreeing with me for a second, but
I got a crick in my neck. I'm trying to crack it out.
Okay, but like there's no effort in this team. There's the focus ain't the focus definitely ain't there. Marcus Smart was arguing with Kemba like, hey, what I was doing was the right thing. Hey, buddy, no, it wasn't. You forgot the situation. Get it together. It's against the Pelicans. You guys need wins more than ever right now. And you suck. You suck, you blow, and you suck even more.
What I will say is, I think on top of Danny Ainge being on the clock, I think we have to put Brad Stevens on the clock.
Really?
As much as I think Brad Stevens is a phenomenal basketball coach, and I think he's a very smart guy, unless they bring in an assistant coach that can put a fire under these guys' asses, I think that you're looking at a situation like David Blatt and then being replaced with Tyronn Lue. A smart basketball guy that's going to get replaced with somebody that the players want. Who's the next one? Oh, I had a couple more examples like that. Frank Vogel.
Yep.
What was it? Luke Walton before.
Yep.
Luke Walton's a very smart basketball guy.
Yep.
Got replaced with LeBron, wanted Frank Vogel.
Yep.
Frank Vogel came in and put a fire in that locker room's ass, so they won a championship.
Right. And
I think you're seeing that right now with Doc Rivers.
Yep.
You had Brett Brown, which, mind you, Brett Brown is kind of an idiot himself.
Yeah, right.
For the 76ers.
Yeah.
But now you see Doc Rivers coming in there, and Doc Rivers has a little more emotion.
Yep.
Because, Brad Stevens is just like he's a robot too, right? He has no emotion.
Yeah.
He's very monotone.
Yep.
You need somebody to go in there and start yelling at these guys and getting in their faces and getting them fired up.
Right.
I would, you know what?
There is no fire in this team at all. No
exactly.
fire under them.
Going off of that, if I'm Brad or Danny, I might call Paul Pierce and say, hey, how much will it take for you to be an assistant coach?
There's a good take.
Because I think some of these guys looked up to Paul Pierce, especially I think Jason Tatum, because didn't Tatum come from, isn't Paul Pierce from St. Louis too or something from like that? Or
Kansas.
Yeah, he's from Kansas,
yes.
Right? So I think Jason Tatum kind of grew up not idolizing him, but
he
being
idolized Kobe, obviously.
Yeah,
but
Kobe, but
obviously there has to be something there with Paul Pierce.
Because I know, when he.
I wish I had the picture of him and Pierce. I mean, you probably just nailed that. I mean,
I think because there's a connection there. I'm saying if you bring in Pierce, because Pierce in 2008, in 2009, 2010, he was he had that mentality of being able to get anybody motivated and fired up.
Right.
You saw that when they brought in KG and Ray Allen. When KG came here, Kevin Garnett did not want to be on this team. And within half a season,
yep.
They turned that guy into wanting to be here and winning championships.
Correct.
Being a dynasty.
Yep.
Even though they only won one championship, but they just kept winning.
Yep.
They turned that, you know what I mean? He showed them, hey, man, he fired him up and made him want to stay.
Correct, yeah.
So I'm thinking you bring in somebody like Paul Pierce. I would say Kevin Garnett, but I don't think Kevin Garnett really loved Boston as much as Paul Pierce.
Yep.
So, I'm just bringing somebody. Bring in a former player that can motivate. You need a motivator, somebody with emotion, somebody who's intense.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You got no intensity on this team.
And I got to say, too, one thing as well. That Daniel Tice trade, you know what they did there?
What's up?
They got a trade player exception for Daniel Tice as well.
Yeah, what's that worth?
$5 million.
Who are you gonna get for $5 million?
So you use the trade player exception for Evan Fournier, and then you go out and get another trade player exception for Daniel Tice. Awesome. Who are we gonna get in the offseason with that trade player exception?
Nobody.
Right, exactly. There's no sense in that whatsoever. And they had to use some of the Gordon Hayward. I don't even understand how the trade player exception work anymore, because I thought you had to use all that $28 million on a contract, but I didn't.
I think you get up to 28 maybe.
Yeah, and then So that trade player exception is gone. That's it, right?
Yep.
Oh my God, that sucks.
Yeah.
And it's for Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier, who went 0 for 10 the other night. I mean, I heard also too. I saw on Twitter that he flew from Orlando to Boston. Then he flew from Boston to Oklahoma City. Then he flew from Oklahoma City to Boston in a matter of, I think it was like 48 hours, something like that.
Maybe.
I saw that. I was like, damn, that is a lot of traveling in 2 days.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's mismanagement on both of him and the Celtics front office, because if I'm the brain trust of the Celtics, I would have
kept him in Boston.
Kept him in Boston and just waited, because you have a 7-game homestand, right?
Yeah.
He could have spent the first couple of days, practicing, shooting, like getting accustomed to Boston in the field.
Yep.
He could have been in the Red Auerbach Center, their practice facility. He could have been shooting, getting ready, getting his stuff ready to go.
Yep.
Learning the system, even though I think pretty sure NBA offenses and defenses are really very similar.
Right.
I think there's a whole lot of difference.
Yep.
I mean, you could have done that and then not have him fly, halfway across country, then halfway back across country for him not to play.
Right. So where do the Celtics stand right now in the standings? Because
fourth in the Atlantic Division.
Okay.
That's not good.
That's not good. That means you are almost at the bottom of your division. So
you're seventh right now. Seventh.
Tied for 8th with Miami.
Yeah.
And hey, Indiana, a game behind you. You are almost out of it. You're almost out of the playoffs right now. And the Bulls just got Vucevic.
Yeah, the Bulls are going to be scary for that 8th seed.
Oh my God!
I thought Charlotte was going to be a bum team after they lost LaMelo Ball, but they're fourth.
They're still looking good too.
Fourth in the conference. What the hell is going on?
Honestly, though, 4 through 10 are right there neck and neck. Fortunately for you, I should say.
Yeah.
Because you do not deserve to be in the playoffs right
4
now.
4 through 10 is only separated by 4 games. And you're in the middle of that.
The Celtics, in my opinion, you do not deserve to be in the playoffs the way you've played this year.
I'd rather them not make the playoffs. Not tank, but not make the playoffs and pray to God that one of these lottery ping pong balls get picked and somehow you get with a high seed that you should not be getting, but you're gonna sneak your way up there. Because there are a lot of college players that have been really piquing my interest. I've been watching a lot. I'm a big Gonzaga fan. I have them winning my bracket.
Yep.
I watched their game tonight.
Yep.
And the way that there was it was halfway through the second half.
Yep.
I was watching. Gonzaga had more points in the paint than USC had points.
Yep.
Because that's their game. Their game is slashing and rebound. It was making it look easy. I know college and NBA are different, but oh my God, that is the way to play the game of basketball.
Absolutely.
It was slashing, and as soon as they started slashing and the defense would collapse and help, they kicked it out. And some guy would hit a 3, a wide open 3. That is what you should be doing in the NBA.
Right.
My God.
The Celtics are playing terrible. I saw, off topic, but I saw this the other day. Who you have winning in a game, Gonzaga or Houston? The Rockets.
I think this Gonzaga team might be one of the best undefeated college teams that we've ever seen. And that goes with, I think there was the 2012 one, which is the Kentucky team, which had Karl Anthony Towns and Jamal Murray,
honestly,
Devin Booker, someone else is on that team.
Honestly, Gonzaga could possibly beat the Celtics team the way they've been playing this year.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them. I'm going to say that real quick. I'm trying to look up what the 2012 Kentucky team was, because they were undefeated as well. I forget if it was 2011 or 2012, but one of them was undefeated in.
It was Devin Booker, DeMarcus Cousins.
No, it wasn't.
No,
I don't think it was.
Cousins. Oh yeah, Cousins was already in the NBA, but that was a solid
let's
team.
see. Oh, it was Anthony Davis.
Yep.
Oh my God, there's so many people. Why can I not?
Anthony Davis.
Oh, Kyle Witcher. Okay, that was interesting. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, who was good in Terrence Jones.
Yeah, that team was solid.
There were some people on that team that actually, were able to play professionally that were pretty damn good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
And hey, Danny, if you decided, hey, let's part ways with somebody who we drafted. Like, let's say, for example, Jaylen Brown for Anthony Davis. You could have had Anthony Davis. You could have had one of these elite players that you could really use right now. But
I think you would have been better off if you traded
Jason Tatum.
No, Marcus Smart,
Marcus Smart.
in this offseason, and you got the
You
second
could have did
pick
that too.
for either LaMelo Ball.
I know. Yep.
Or James Wiseman.
Yep.
I don't know why I just blanked on that. Either or. I would have taken either or.
Danny's on the hot seat, for me at least. He's on the hot seat. I know everybody says I trust Danny and all that, but this offseason, he's got to really impress me. And I bet he has to impress you as well.
Yeah. He's on the hot seat.
Absolutely. So we go to the Patriots and our predictions for the draft.
Are we going to the Patriots or are we going to the Bruins?
We did the Bruins already.
Sorry, guys. It's really late at night. well, that's a blooper.
All right, so Patriots. We're going to the Patriots and talk about the draft that's coming up.
I guess you can say that's like a Marcus Smart.
All right, so today for Patriots news, I also forgot to mention that the owners agreed on 17 games for the season, and for the Patriots, they added the Dallas Cowboys playing at Gillette Stadium. Early take from me, I got that as a win for you. So that has me at like 11-6 or 12-5 for my prediction. You, on the other hand, that gets you one game because you had them at 5-11. So now you had them at 6-11. You texted me. Oh no, that doesn't get you a win.
Maybe it depends on how Dak Prescott's gonna come back. I kid you not. It depends on how Dak Prescott comes back.
You better buy that clown costume already.
I mean, you're playing them at Gillette, so you might be able to beat them. But
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but you know, they are still a very good team.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
They just have a stupid head coach in Mike McCarthy.
They have it. I'm not a believer in the Cowboys, and my buddy Jeff will hate me for that, but I'm just not.
I don't think they're a top team in the league. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're like this like be all end all team, but I think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than yours. I think Ezekiel Elliott is a better running back than yours. I think they have better receivers than you, and I think they have a better offensive line than you. You have better tight ends.
You got the better defense.
They have a better defense.
You think they have a better defense?
Yes, very much so. They have a legitimate defense. You have a defense that you just kind of try and stitch together this year. Top to bottom, they have a better defense.
Man, I gotta disagree with that, my dog.
Dude, their linebacking core is legit. Wayne Vander Esch, Jalen Smith. That is a legit big mean defense, and you cannot match that. I'm sorry, I don't think, and they have actual people on they have. Like,
it's the Cowboys. What can go wrong will go wrong.
Yes, I know. It's the Dallas Cowgirls. I mean, sorry,
yeah,
Cowboys.
Yeah, no, you got him right.
But like I said, I know that they all like. There's always a joke. Oh, they suck. Oh, the NFC East. But like, they actually have an actual team. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence is gonna have a field day on you around the edge. Why is this by numbers? It should be by last name. Yeah, Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Diggs' brother. I'm sorry, I don't see you beating this team. KZ, Keanu Neal.
Okay, so he has him at 5-12.
I have him 5-12 or 6-11, depending on. Like I said, I think I had a coin flip game of the Falcons.
Damn. Okay. All right.
Depending on what the Falcons look like.
I had a coin flip. So I had So you say 5-12, or
6-11.
6-11. Okay. So
I'm taking them under 500. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying 7 wins is the ceiling on this team.
Okay. All right.
7 wins and another 15th overall pick.
So who do you want? Bill Belichick to draft. Who do you want to go to draft for this draft?
There's a lot of people that are interested in this draft.
Me too. I know. I agree with that.
I think Mac Jones at 15 is the same. He's the same quarterback that you could probably get from Kyle Trask in the 3rd round, or Jamie Newen, or Sam Ellinger, or Kellen Mond, the Texas or Texas A&M respectively.
Right.
You can probably get those guys in the 5th round. I don't think you're gonna get next Tom Brady in the 5th round, but I think you could get a Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins, I think, was a 4th round pick.
Yeah. I think
Russell
so.
Wilson was a 3rd round pick.
Yep.
You could get people like that.
Yep.
I think Dak Prescott was also like a late 4th, almost a 5th.
Yep.
Like, there are quarterbacks that do come out of those late rounds that are legit quarterbacks, and I think you can find one of those that aren't going to be a superstar, franchise type player, but I think you could get something. Like, there's a lot of people that are looking kind of nice in this draft for quarterback.
Honestly, I don't care what they really draft. If you want to draft a wide receiver, I'm all for that. If you want to draft like another defense back or whatever, I'm fine with that too. If you want to get the next guy for quarterback, I'm okay with that too. I mean, I feel like now the fact that you filled a lot of holes this free agency, you have quite a bit of options of what you can get for the draft here. If you can we pull up mock draft? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a mock draft right now.
You beat me to it. All right, yeah, I like that.
Come on, people. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. This is ranked by. So this one is ranked by their overall rankings. Like, I'm trying to think of Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 overall prospect.
Yep.
Jamar Chase is number 2. Penei Sewell number 3.
Yep.
That's that, but I don't really like that. Try to find a mock draft here because I'm saying right now I think that there's a lot of good people that are there.
There is a lot of talent in this draft. So I mean, like I said, any pick you really make.
And I'm surprised with how far some of these people like Penei Sewell. He's an O tackle from Oregon.
Yep.
I think he's the number 1 or number 2, possibly number 3 best athlete in this draft.
Yep.
He's an O tackle that is a game changing O tackle.
Yep.
And they have him all the way. Some of these people have him all the way down to 9.
Yep.
And I think he's one of the best prospects besides Kyle Pitts or Trevor Lawrence to come out of college.
Yep.
So let's see. Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. People have him, somewhere between 11 and 15. So you might be able to, get him. Mac Jones. Let's see. J.C. Horn, he's one of the top cornerbacks from South Carolina. You could get him as a replacement
for J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson's back. You might be able to sign him long term. I'm thinking if you trade Stephon Gilmore,
yep,
you bring J.C. Jackson in as your number 1 corner.
Okay.
Jonathan Jones is number 2, and then
I like
the number 3.
Yep. I like that.
Jamin Davis, linebacker, Kentucky.
Yep.
Jalen Phillips, he kind of balled out his pro day in Miami. He's a DN.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, Give me a position that you're looking for.
Wide out.
Wide out? Okay, so this one has Kadarius Toney. He's a wide receiver from Florida. They comp him close to someone like AJ Brown.
Yep.
From Tennessee.
He's good. AJ Brown's good.
Yeah.
So
Toney's a fast guy. I think he's one of the faster receivers you're going to see in this draft. In Florida, they had him as all-purpose Swiss Army knife between kick return, doing those stupid end-around run plays from like the shotgun, and catching it out in the slot or wide out. That's somebody who I think is impressive. Terrence Marshall Jr., wideout from LSU. That guy, he was pretty good with Joey Burrow. Tutu Atwell from Louisville. I mean, if you're looking for, you could get a running back in Najee Harris. Unfortunately, none of these top wide receivers are going to be there.
I don't think so either, yeah.
Between Jalen Waddle, they have in this one going at 8 to Miami. Devontae Smith's going 7.
I would have really hoped Devontae Smith would fall, but it looks like he's not going to.
Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts. I know Pitts is a tight end, but to me, Pitts might be the best receiver in this draft.
Unfortunately, now you do not need a tight end, though.
Yeah, but I think you could also make Pitts, I think you could flip him reverse of what they do with Darren Waller because I did not know that Darren Waller came out as a wide receiver.
Oh.
And they flipped him to tight end.
Really?
Yeah, he was a wide receiver, and they flipped him to tight end. So I was thinking maybe Pitts, you could do the opposite, where you take him from tight end and flip him wideout make him a one-on-one kind of guy because he has that type of speed and that kind of athleticism to be able to be an outside kind of threat.
All right.
This is kind of that one was kind of an older
list.
But I'm gonna try to find a more recent mock draft. But yeah, I mean, give me your take on what are you looking for? What do you hope that they do?
Like I said, I really don't care what they do because I mean they filled a lot of holes in free agency. So I mean, realistically, it really comes down to the best talent available when you get that pick.
Which I think that is what usually.
This one has New England trading with the Falcons for Trey Lance.
Yeah, I don't really think that's a very
good idea.
Not a good idea. I don't think that's an actual thing that they're going to do. I don't think that Bill wants to give up that kind of draft capital to get there. And this one has Jalen Waddle falling to 15.
Okay.
And Jalen Waddle, to me, I think is better than Devontae Smith.
Okay.
I think I've said that to you. I don't know
if
if it's on this podcast, but I know I've definitely said it
to me on this podcast.
Outside. I think Jalen Waddle will be a better Alabama wide receiver.
So
out of there,
we're looking at if the mock draft comes out the way it should possibly.
Yep.
We're possibly looking at Mac Jones, Jalen Waddle for 2 options there.
Yep.
That's very solid.
Jalen Phillips, and
Jalen
there's
Phillips
another one.
well,
I can't say his last name. He's another DN from Miami. I think he ran like a 4.4 or something like that.
Okay.
Or a 4.5. He ran a kind of ridiculous time.
Yeah,
There's a linebacker.
There's
a linebacker I was telling you about. Jason Owen from Penn State. 6'5", 4.36, 40-yard dash.
Yep.
That guy is a grown man running at running back speed.
Yeah,
he runs faster than most running backs or wide receivers.
Yep.
And
so, Bill, I mean, you got a little freedom here.
Yeah.
From us. I mean, do whatever. Get the best talent available. That's my thought process. Is whatever is the best talent at that particular moment, just grab it.
Yeah. I would like to see you move up and get somebody like Pitts.
But he won't trade that
I don't think
draft
trade up
capital.
that high.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna try or Lance. I think those would be good. I would love to see them because again former lineman here. I'd like to see them trade up and get Penny Sewell, and kick Isaiah Wynn to back up and then let him just peter out.
Yeah.
So I think Penny Sewell will be an upgrade on the left tackle.
Right.
Especially protecting blindside for Cam Newton so he has time to throw the ball, because Cam Newton needs time. I guess that's what they're saying is that Cam Newton just needs time to develop and read the defense. But
right.
He's been in the league now for 10 years, 9 years, 10 years, and he can't read an NFL defense.
That's
what
crazy.
What the hell is going on?
What are you even doing in the NFL at that
you've had some good coaches. You had Urban Meyer at Florida. You had I forget who the Auburn coach was, but it was Coach Auburn. So he must be pretty damn good. You had Ron Rivera, who was a pretty solid coach. He took Taylor Heineke almost one possession away from being Tom Brady in the playoffs on the Washington football team.
Right.
Like
What is he doing?
Oh, I'm frustrated with Cam Newton.
Yep.
I would rather than bring in Alex Smith.
I know. Yep.
Especially with this offense, you're building this offense for a pocket passer.
Right.
And you don't have a pocket passer unless you want to start Stidham, which at this point, start Stidham.
And I don't even think Stidham's your guy either.
No, but he was working out in the offseason like this.
He worked out with
all these new guys and getting them up to speed. So you know what? He showed me some leadership that I haven't seen from Cam.
Right.
I know everybody has this big thing for Cam, but
they're going to the Super Bowl with Cam Newton. Cam's gonna win the Comeback Player of the Year. I know. This is. I'm just going by. This is what some people are saying. Like, are
you saying this? Are you people saying this? Because if you are, write in and give us your take. Because my God,
I know.
I want to hear what you have to say.
I know exactly. We wrap it up right after this. It was a big week here in Boston because we're getting closer to what used to be normal. by having fans come back into sporting events, sporting to arenas, and watching games. It was just awesome to see.
Yep. I'm excited to see what Fenway's going to look like.
And we will have that coverage for you next week. I will be at the game. He will not be there, unfortunately.
Not yet.
We have one coming in a few weeks. We will
April
be going
22nd.
Yep, we will be going to see the Seattle Mariners. Hopefully, Garrett Richards doesn't pitch in that game either.
Hopefully they actually win.
Yep. I feel like Baltimore, they're going to win. I feel like they might take 2 out of 3, but, I mean, I could definitely see 2 out of 3 with this team for Baltimore. And then Seattle, who knows what's going to happen. Who do you think is going to pitch in our game for the 22nd?
Oh, hold on. When I do some math here. So, because
Erod could be back by then, too.
Give me Pivetta.
You want Pivetta? Okay.
I want Pivetta.
Okay.
I want the guy I haven't seen yet, because I know what Erod brings. I know what Evaldes brings. You're going to find out what Richard's going to bring, and I started a lot of Martin Perez last year.
Yep.
So I want to see what Pivetta's going to look like.
Okay.
I want to see what a new guy, somebody I haven't seen yet, pitch.
So one thing I got to say, too, opening day, do you have the Red Sox winning?
They're playing
Baltimore.
They're playing Baltimore, and Nathan Evaldes pitching?
Against Means? John Means, yes. Against John Means.
Wow, the fact that I actually think about this.
I know. I can't believe you're thinking about this either. I mean...
No, I don't think they're going to win opening day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I think that they're going to come back and go 2 for 3 on the
series?
Yes.
Okay, so you have them winning in my game.
Yeah.
All right. Yay! Maybe I'm going to start off with a win this year. That would be nice. I mean, I already started off a win with the Bruins for you guys. So, and the games that I was deciding by for the Bruins, the other ones lost. So, I guess I picked the right one for the Bruins.
Yeah, I would say so.
1-0 for you guys back on this channel. Like I said, I will be getting better at camera skills for the Bruins game.
I would certainly hope so, my friend.
So you had a take for me off air.
So it's a Celtics one.
Okay.
Who do you think is gone first, Danny or Brad? And when does the first one go?
Can Marcus Smart be an option?
I wish, but no, my friend.
First one gone.
First one gone.
I'm gonna go Danny Ainge.
Danny's the first one gone?
I think Danny's the first one gone.
Do you think it's a firing, or do you think it's a mutually parted ways?
Mutually parted ways.
Gotcha.
So, I have zero idea who the next guy they would bring in. Don't get me wrong. I have no inside info on that. But the fact that this was the first time that Danny Ainge made a move mid-season for the last 6 years, and honestly, I'm still trying to figure out why he made these moves this year and not in the past when you had better teams. So that has part of my reasoning for why I feel like Danny's going to be the first one gone, because in past history, he hasn't done anything really to improve the team when you needed to. And he does it now when you are dead at 500. You're not playing your best basketball. I mean, if you made a move mid-season when you had Kyrie Irving, maybe Kyrie Irving would still be here. Maybe you wouldn't have these mood swings. You would probably have Kevin Durant on your team right now. What are you doing to this team, Danny Ainge? You're sticking with the young guys way too much, and honestly, I think he's on the hot seat.
Yeah. I will say, Al Horford is being bought out this season, or being traded this offseason. He's being shopped this offseason from the Thunder.
Okay.
Would you be interested in a reunion with Al Horford?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Just to get these guys going, or get the energy back in this team.
Okay.
Because this energy is definitely gone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Horford's a guy that the team, that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum has obviously played for in the past. They have a lot of respect for Horford. So, honestly, yeah, I would be interested in bringing in Horford.
Okay. I like it. So, I just did the math on the Seattle game we're going to.
Okay.
And it's number 5.
Perez.
It's either going to be Perez, or if Eddie Rodriguez messes up the rotation when they bring him back.
Yep.
they might bump. You might bump everybody back one, and maybe Pavetta gets there. So maybe I was right.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Oh.
But I'm looking at Baltimore's starting 3 against you.
Yep.
You might get swept. If you lose opening day, I'm sorry, the Dark Knight might be
Matt Harvey.
Which do you know Matt Harvey and Noah Syndergaard got drafted in the same, like Noah Syndergaard, Trevor Bauer, all of them, like he was a 2011 draft pick.
Yep.
I thought Matt Harvey was so much older because of how fast he arrived.
No.
You know what I mean? Like how fast he arrived.
He took a dip in baseball.
I know that, but like into 2014, people were like, "Oh yeah, he's a Cy Young candidate."
He
was 3 years removed from being drafted.
I know he was.
Like that just blows my mind. And then you got Jordan Zimmerman.
Is it Jordan Zimmerman?
Zimmerman. So like, he's given you some fits before in the past. So
the offense better show up. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, the offense shows up. I think you'd be good. But if you have another late start like you did in 2019, yikes. That's all I can say is yikes.
Oh God.
So that's my take on opening.
So I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna flip a question that you asked right to you, and I'm gonna stick with the Celtics here. Who do you think's gone first?
Kemba Walker. No.
I think he's
Out of the two that I gave you, I'm gonna go Brad on this one, and it's not that I don't think Brad's a good coach, because we talked about maybe Paul Pierce coming in to give some motivation.
Yep.
I think Brad might have lost the locker room.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of these people just don't want to play for Brad.
How about both of them goes?
I would be shocked if they lose them both in the same offseason at the same time.
Yeah, right.
I would like that. It's a mass purge that you see that in Houston.
Yep.
Look what happened with Houston.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they got rid of Mike D'Antoni and I think they got rid of their GM too.
Yeah, they
right?
did. Yep.
So it wasn't it Mooney, whatever his name is.
Yep.
I would be very hesitant on getting rid of both.
Yep.
As much as I hate Danny Ainge because again. Think of all the names he's been linked to in the past, like trading up for Trae Young or Luka Doncic, trading up for LaMelo Ball or James Wiseman, being linked.
That's what I was kind of saying earlier. I was like,
nothing. The one time we do make the move, the guy sucks. Like, yeah, Danny Ainge, is bad, but at the same time, I think Wick really likes Danny. I think he really likes Brad too, but that's a tough one.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I mean, like I said. Danny had multiple opportunities to make the roster better. You were like, oh crap, when I was saying that take. When he could have traded for Paul George, he could have traded for Jimmy Butler, he could have done all these moves.
I would have gone Jimmy Butler.
I would have done.
Jimmy Butler
he could
would be
done
a
all
good player.
He could have done all these moves,
now.
and maybe you don't lose Kyrie Irving and all that, and you are like the Brooklyn Nets right now.
Yeah, actually, unfortunately, I think if you did. If you brought in Jimmy Butler, you probably would have the same thing that happened in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Where people were saying he's a bad locker room guy. No, he's a damn good locker room guy. You just have some people who don't want to work.
Right, exactly.
He is a dog.
Yep. All right, so
yeah.
Patriots have a lot of leeway. They can do whatever they feel like they need to do. You got any more questions for me or anything from the Bruins game that I went to last Saturday, or?
Do you think the Celtics make the playoffs?
No. I don't. I have zero faith in this team right now. Especially the fact that the Chicago Bulls got Vucevic, and then you got Indiana, who just got Karis LeVert back, and he's balling. You might be out of it, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not making it.
I hate to say that, but you might be out of it. If they keep playing like this, absolutely they're not going to be in the playoffs. But unless something happens where there's a fire plug, and before, and I know I've talked a lot of shit about this guy tonight, but this guy needs to just shut up and just play. Stop thinking you're this guy who's so hungry to be the man, and just play your role. Be in the game, all of you.
Yeah, you're not the number one guy, and I would honestly, I would be okay with them trading Marcus Smart. Like I said, just so that way they push Brown and they push Tatum to be like, this is your team.
Yep.
Go out there and act like it. Locker room, off the field, or off the court, on the court. This is your team. Do something.
So, big story for me, Marcus Smart is no longer untouchable for me. He's no longer untouchable for me after the performance last night.
Yeah, I'm taking him off the untouchables, and I'm putting Murder Cornette.
Murder Cornette.
I'm gonna rep one of those. I'm gonna get one of those jerseys.
I would love to see that.
I'm gonna rep that jersey just for my boy. And I honestly hope we can get him on the podcast. He seems like a cool dude.
That would be funny.
It would be. My boy
I'd
Murder
be like,
Cornette.
My first question would be, how do you feel having the nickname Murder Cornette? That would be my first question I'd be asking him.
I hope he likes it because that's gonna a nickname that's gonna stick, unfortunately for him.
That should be our jersey on the back. You should get his number and then have Murder Cornette.
Yeah.
That'd be very
hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Yes, it would.
Thank you guys for watching this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Comment stuff to be on the podcast anytime. The next video you guys will be seeing, I'll be at the Red Sox game. I'm super excited to be back at Fenway. I can't wait to see what their setup's gonna be for the pandemic.
Yep.
And for the Bruins, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys want to donate to us, our Venmo is in the description below. Anything helps us, you guys. If you guys want to see us go to these games during the pandemic, because I'm not going to lie, I dropped my own pocket for the Bruins game, and it cost a lot of money. So I definitely can't be doing that on the regular. So,
but yeah, if you guys, if you're, still kind of nervous to go out in public or, go to the games, we will go. We will vlog it. We will video it. So you guys feel like you're there as well and get the experience of going in and still getting all that, the experience of like going to a game that you don't see on TV when you watch. Because I know watching, baseball especially is kind of boring.
Yes.
But getting to see it from the fans' perspective is unique and it's fun, and we will do that for you guys. That is that's why we have the Venmo going right now, is just in case if like you guys want to still be extra cautious. We will gladly go over to these games and make sure that you guys get the same experience from video.
And that's what's different between Beantown Takes and everybody else, because I see a lot of people do podcasts and all that, but like they don't do any like YouTube stuff or stuff like that and get the fans' perspective from inside the arena.
Yep.
So,
like we said, this is meant for fans just like you, like me, and like him.
And
we're just trying to have fun and take it from a fans first perspective.
And even if the pandemic wasn't happening and you guys just can't afford to go to games, we got it for you guys. If you guys are even across from country and you wanted to know what it's like to be at a game at Fenway.
Fenway's an awesome one to go to.
Yep, if you guys wanted to see what the atmosphere was like during a game, we got that covered for you. And one more thing before we go, I felt like at that Bruins game, I felt like I didn't lose that atmosphere for the Bruins. Yeah. Even though there was 2,200 people compared to 18,000, like don't get me wrong, I missed the full house, but like the fans held their own. The 2,200 fans held their own that day.
Nice.
So I was shocked. I mean, it was a great experience. And if you guys are debating on going to a game during the pandemic to see what it's like to see what it's kind of like to be in an empty sporting venue, I definitely recommend doing it, because there's been times where I've been in Fenway with nobody in there and I've just felt like I was in heaven. And even at the Garden the other day when there was 2,200 people, I felt like I was one of the only ones in the Garden, and it felt great. And there was nobody blocking my view in front of me.
Do you think it's funny? I think Seattle might get more fans still coming to Fenway than they have.
I doubt that.
Than their own stadium.
No way.
Because oh my god, like someone made a joke.
I would be very shocked.
They said wow, the Seattle Mariners are going to be 25%. That's unfair. That's 100% capacity for them.
That's 100% capacity for the Tampa Bay Rays, too. That's 100% capacity for a lot of the teams, I should say.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. I can't wait for the Red Sox video. Be aware of that. Thank you guys for watching again. It's been Jesse.
It's been Mike.
And we're out of here. Later, guys.